today let's see what is matrix representation of graphs. So we also know that a graph can be represented by matrix, but there are two ways where we can represent a matrix, that is using adjacent matrix method and incident matrix method. So let's see one by one. So adjacent matrix, the AM is nothing but the adjacent matrix of graph G. This is graph G. So graph G, this with n vertices, which means it's generally with n number of vertices and no parallel edges, is a symmetry binary matrix A of G equal to A of ij. So which means, as I've shown in the picture right here, uh, using the n vertices, we can even calculate the adjacency matrix, but it's always linked that there is no parallel edges, that is symmetry binary to A of ij. So in n cross n. So where A of ij is 1, if there is as edge between V of I and V of j, and A of I is 0 if V of I and j are not adjacent. So which means here adjacent matrix is nothing but here V1 and here V2 are your adjacent matrices, and suppose if V of ij and Vj, which means V of I is 1 and V of j is V2 for example, then since it has an edge, so it can be taken as A of ij in the matrix represent, you can represent it as 1. But if they are not adjacent, like for example V of 1 and V of 3, that's V of I and V of j, are not adjacent, there is no parallel edge, so they're not adjacent, right? So since there is no lines for meeting for V of 1 and V to 3, so A of ij A of ij will be 0. So let me show you how we can represent this using matrices method. So a self loop at V of ij corresponds to A of ij equal to 0, which means here we have to remember that the self loop, this V2 is having self loop. So this V2 is considered as a 1 as it has having a self loop. So let's see how we can represent. So V of I, and we have 4 vertices here, that is V1, V4, V5, V3 and V2. So I'll be taking a different color. So we'll write using the matrix method as V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5, as we have 5 vertices. And we also have 5 vertices on the other side, that is V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. So let's see how the number of edges is adjacent to a matrices using adjacent matrix method. So for V1 to V1, suppose if we take this V1 to V1, here V1 to V1 does not have any loop, or it does not have self loop, nor it has any edges connected, so we can directly represent this as 0. Here from V1 to V2 we have a line, we have an edge connecting, so it's considered as 1. Similarly for V1 to V3 we don't have any edges or lines connected, so it is 0. From V1 to V4 we do have our edge, so it is 1. From V1 to V5 it's not direct connected, so it is 0. Similarly in case of V2 to V1, yes, we do have an edge this way, so it's 1. So V2 to V2, yes, I also told you that the self loop at V of I corresponds to A of ij equal to 1, which means self loop is considered as 1. So V2 to V3 we have 3 number of edges, 3 parallel edges, so it is 3. So V2 to V4 we do not have, similarly for V5. In the same cases it goes for V3. V3 to V1 is 0. V3 to V2 is 3. And next is 0, 2 and 0. So I will similarly write for V4 and V5, it's 1, 0, 2, 0, 1. You can, it's seen in the diagram. So let's see for V5. So V5, we have only one line connecting to V4, which is 1. So rest others will be 0. Simple as that. So this is how a matrix is being calculated using matrix adjacency method, which means we take only the adjacent vertices to calculate the matrix. So let's see what is an incident matrix. So incident matrix is nothing but in a given graph G, this is graph G with n vertices, same, and e edges. So here in incident matrices we have numbering. So each edges is given a valid unit called as E1, okay, and no self loops. So the incident matrix uh, represented by incident as the x of G is equal to x of ij of the other graph G is an n into E matrices. Okay, n into E means here we consider according to the example. Here we have here we have 4 vertices, V1, V2, V3 and V4. So I'll write the table for the vertices. So we have V1, V2, V3 and V4. So here your n is nothing but the number of vertices. So we have here 4 vertices with how many number of edges? So we have 5 edges. 1, E1, this is E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6. Okay, we have 6 edges. So I can write it as E1, E2, E3, E5 and E6. So where your x of ij equal to 1. So when you calculate the vertex with the number of edges, suppose here an example here, your V1 has edge of E1, E4, E5 as well as E6. So wherever your edge is connecting to E1, so it's considered as 1. X of ij equal to 1, and if j edge with ej is incident, then it will be ij equal to 0, which means it's similar opposite. If there is no any other edges, then it will be 0. So here V1 has V1, for V1 we have 4 edges, so that is E1, E4, E5 and E6. So for E1, E4, E5 and E6, so remaining will be 0. The same cases for V2, you have E1, E2 and E3. So E1, E2, E3. The remaining cases will be 0. This is what is called as incident with your vertices. Incident is nothing but your edges come in place where it is incident, which means it is incidence matrices with edges as well as vertices. So for V3, let's see, we have E6, E4, E2 and E3. So E6 is 1, E4, E2, E2, this is E2 and E3. So the remaining is 0. The same cases for V4, we have only E5 which is 1 and remaining is 0.